Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ridang Restobona. I'm a college student of Accountancy Pranotos University, and I come from Semarang, Indonesia. My presence here to hold talks on explain business technique for young businessmen today. So, the topic that we will discuss in this brief meeting is free cash flow and earning management. The purpose of these talks is to analyze the moderating effect to corporate governance and ownership feature in lessening earnings management practice in a free cash flow situation. My presentation today is being divided by three parts. Part 1, I'm going to explain in general about the concept of free cash flow. For part 2, I will explain about the method of calculating free cash flow. Then, in part 3, I will explain the conclusions from what we learned today. My presentation will run in approximately 10 minutes. If there is something wrong, please note it first on your paper. Then, when my presentation ends, you can ask me anything. I will try to answer all the questions from you. Definition of free cash. The definition of cash flow statement can be interpreted as a financial report that report cash received, change in net cash, and cash payments originating from three activities, namely operating activities, investing, and financing activities within a period of one period. There are two methods of presenting this financial statement, namely the direct method and the indirect method. Both present different statements on cash flows from operating activities. However, the cash flows from investing and financing activities can be presented the same for these two methods. The company's operating activities contained in the cash flow statement are obtained from various forms of activities that affect net income. That way, you will be able to adjust the amount of net income. To understand of making the cash flow statement, the key is the basic accounting equation. The basic accounting equation is question that is in question is net income, which is next to credit. Based from the explanation area, then we will use normal account logic that comes from other accounts that affect net income. The data that can be used in making the indirect flow report in comparative data on financial statement from the previous year and the current year. However, some things that must be considered in addition to some accounts and liabilities from current operating activities are depreciation, amortization, and gain or loss on disposal of fixed assets. Personally, I think that learning to understand and calculate free cash flow is very beneficial for young business people who are starting their career but are still confused about free cash flow. Then, let's enter the session of how to calculate free cash flow. We have three ways to calculate free cash flow. Number one is sales revenue minus operating cost and tax minus required investment in operating capital. Number two, net operating profit after tax minus net investment in operating capital. And then number three, net cash flows from operations minus capital expenditures. Even though this look complicated to understand and work on, the indirect method cash flow statement will be easy to understand and work on if you can get all the supporting data precisely and accurately. But if you want to do a more practical and efficient arrangement, then you can use accounting software from Accurate Online. This online application is perfect for use by all business models. Besides it being easier to use, you can also get a lot of advantage. Accurate Online is here to help entrepreneurs run various forms of business by assisting in recording transactions, making invoices, preparing financial report, and tax reporting, which have previously been integrated with the e-tax bonds feature and already have a tax form. By using Accurate accurate online, which is practical, which is practical. You can access it anywhere and anytime. So you don't have to bother completing reports manually in book anymore. Where Accurate Online is here to help entrepreneurs in running their business, starting from recording transactions, making invoice, preparing financial report, and tax reporting, which are integrated with e-tax report and tax reporting, which is, I'm sorry, and tax reporting, which are integrated e-tax invoices and already have tax forms. So the way to use it is more practical because it can be accessed anytime and anywhere. So you don't need to bother completing reports manually. In conclusion, learning to understand free cash flow has many benefits for you young businessmen. With this, we can see where the company will go in the future. A few tips that might be useful for you, I have explained earlier. If you have trouble making or saving a journal, then I recommended you to use the Excel application. This Excel available on your laptop or cell phone or computer or other device in order to make it easier for you. Well, it looks like that's presentation from me. I hope my presentations can help you, and if any of you are starting new business, I wish you success at the end. Once again, do any of you want to convey your aspirations, criticism, or final question before I post the events? Well, so thank you for your participation on this event. I'd say see you again and praise the young businessman. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.